Hey game fans, it's Roberto here doing another unboxing, and I'm really excited about this one. This was just showed up in my mail today, so hot off the stoop, I guess. But this was Warhammer, the Horus Heresy, Age of Darkness box set. So this is pretty much all you would need to get started with the Horus Heresy, which is basically Warhammer 30K, so the past of the 40K universe. So I'm excited. I'm excited about getting into this one. I got all the bells and whistles with it. Some of the upgrade kits that they sold on the side, along with the box and the two codexes. But we'll get into that. But regardless, this was their new game for the their second edition of their game for the summer, the big box game. So pretty cool. They're always putting out big box games, but sometimes they go a little extra, and this one seemed like it was doing just that. So I always just need a little excuse to get a new Warhammer big box game, be it one of the board games or tabletop games. So this one seemed like a neat treat, and I did not have any of the Horus Heresy stuff from before, so I decided to jump in. Regardless, really cool piece of art. Looks like you got the Sons of Horus on the cover. Then piece of art on the side, Age of Darkness, same piece of art. I guess they doubled down on that art to split it up all across. On the back, the contents of the box, and it looks like you can either split this in half and do a skirmish with two smaller armies, or you can just use all the miniatures for one army. And I honestly haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I know I'm going to probably run a Sons of Horus army for sure, and I am interested in running Imperial Fist, but I don't know. I've classically run like Dark Angels and Space Wolves, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, or if this is all just going to be a Sons of Horus box. But regardless, the blurb on the back says Warhammer, the Horus Heresy, the galaxy burns, and here's the pitch. The War Master Horus has betrayed the Emperor of mankind and plunged the Imperium into civil war. An age of darkness has descended upon the galaxy. Horus Lupercal, War Master of the Emperor's armies, has turned against his Gene Father and set the Imperium spiraling into a bloody war. Of the 18 great Space Marine legions, finest of all humanity's soldiers, fully half have sided with the traitorous War Master, while the remainder stayed staunchly loyal to the Emperor. It is a war of brother against brother, Space Marine against Space Marine, which has seen the might of the Imperium's vast army turned upon itself in a cataclysm of fire and blood. Warhammer, the Horus Heresy, Age of Darkness, exciting table. I'm so excited I can't even talk. Tabletop game for 2 or more players, taking control of loyalist armies of the Imperium or the traitor forces of the Horus. Assembling an army of finely detailed citadel miniatures to play out the pivotal battles of war. This set is designed to give you everything you need to get started with the Warhammer, the Horus Heresy hobby, including the core rules, as well as miniatures, dice templates, and it's a perfect place to delve into the Age of Darkness. So, yeah, the miniatures on the back, they look pretty awesome. Yeah, really excited about it. I'm a big tabletop gamer just in general, war games, RPGs, anything that lets me play with miniature soldiers, I love. So, this one, it is kind of a hard sell, I'm not going to lie. Just because, even though I love Games Workshop games, they are at a premium. Like, they are not cheap. You're getting into, it's a self-contained hobby just playing Games Workshop games in themselves. They got their own universe, like board games, books, just, it's, you would think, if you just heard it from them, there's no other existing tabletop games, or war games. They're the only one, but they are definitely the higher end. But yeah, with this box, you're set for the hobby. Like, this is all you're gonna get this summer or this year for a war game. You'd be hard pressed not to be stuck in for a long time on the hobbying side of things, just with just painting and assembling this. So very cool. Let's open up the coffin and see what's in here. Unleash the traitors from the army. So we got some whippy sticks. What are these? I believe they're 18 inches, right? Yep. Got your 18 in a little bit. 2 of them for 2 player. You got your pie plates, your blast markers to put on top of things, and your flame templates whenever you're using your guns, your grenade launchers, and your flamethrowers. It's one of the more fun things that they've kind of gotten rid of in the newer edition of Warhammer, is using these to put on top of the soldiers, saying you're trying to blow up a unit and hope it doesn't go in the wrong direction and blow up your own guys or some other stuff. But yeah, they haven't got, and honestly, it's not gone completely. Like, if you play Necromunda, they still use them there. But anyways, tons and tons. Like, this is, if you've never played a miniature war game, that's probably going to intimidate you. You open this thing and you have to assemble everything in here, and you can't just open it and start assembling. Like, you find the instructions, but like this is a little controversial for me anyway. It's not anything new for Games Workshop games or Warhammer, but so they were just upfront about it with the Horus Heresy. Like, you didn't get all the weapons for your units in this box. They sold splat boxes or expansion boxes just with extra weapons, so you could load out your Marines a little bit different, your Astartes a little bit differently. This one is probably, if you're gonna get one, this is probably the better deal. This the special weapons upgrade set, because it comes with a ton of different guns. But yeah, just with this box set alone, your generic Marines only come with like the bolters, I believe, which is the most iconic gun in the Warhammer universe anyway. And you know, you're still gonna have a ton of fun with this, but like, you're gonna want your options. And you know, it's already a $300 game. Like, you're gonna slap on an extra like $70. Yes, they did, just for that. So you know, but whatever. Because they've always done that stuff. Like, and this game especially has always been at a premium. The Horus Heresy was a niche game within a niche game. So there's that. So this looks like it is a sprue of Terminators, just because the Terminators are your big bulky boys, your chonky boys. But I see a bunch of power claws, power fist, and flamethrower weapons. So that's telling me that's a Terminator sprue. But yeah, so yeah, here's 2 Terminator sprues. Like I said, this will take you a while, especially if you've never built before, to break it down and assemble. I would, like, me personally, I've done this for years, and I'd set a weekend aside, and that might not be enough, just because a lot of times you have to plan your armies and the way you want to build them. So even though you got the parts, you might not just want to go out and build them right away. You might want to like customize them or put whatever weapons you want on your guys right off the bat. But anyways, this I think is a Praetor. I see a big axe. It looks pretty sweet. But yeah, I've been fawning over it since they showed the initial images, and this just looks like a bunch of bits and heads, which is cool. So yeah, you get to kit out your guys and put all kinds of doodads on them, however you want. They have the recommended layout, but once you get into the hobby, you'll learn that you can just mix and match the stuff as you want it to make it look cool and customize it, and that's part of the fun. It really is fun when these are like modular and customizable. Like you're going nuts and just seeing what you can do and push it to the limits after you're comfortable with building them normally. You know, it's like, you know, that's not what people just jump in and start doing. They usually just build them the way they see them on the box, and then after you've done some of that, then you get into it. But you know, each his own. We got what looks like a lot of sprues of weapons and bits, and there's like mohawks on here for that Roman centurion aesthetic, and legionnaire. Got some las some dual, I think it's twin link las cannons. So that's pretty cool. This must be for the tank, or there is a tank in here, and there is a dreadnought, I want to say, which is just a big robot. But yep, lots of sprues of what looks like the same bits over and over again. What is this? This looks like it's actually a Astartes Space Marine. So that's cool. And I believe you get 40 of them. So that's like, it could be 4 units, it could be 2 units, depending on how you split them up. I believe there are units of 10 in this. In 40K, you can go down to like units of 5, but I'm not sure what the breakdown is. But looks like lots and lots of Marines. Just more Marines. You get lots of dupes, and that's what I mean. You get all the parts that you will need, and then with like the special weapons box, then you just add on to it as you see fit. Anything popping out? No, it's all looking like there's a bolt gun that or the bolter that is pretty much the most iconic. That's pretty cool. Like there is like the chain blades or chain bayonets, so you can get your Gears of War action going, which is pretty neat. This is a tank. I forgot there was a tank in here, even though it's on the box, and I've seen the loadout. Just, you know, excited. Here's your treads. If you've never built a 40K or just Warhammer vehicle before, let me tell you, get some rubber bands. You know, if you can, just to hold things together, it helps out a lot. Old school, you know, just tip. You know, there's probably better things. Get a clamp, whatever. But if you're in a pinch, just some rubber bands. That should help you out, just to, at least to hold things together. Depending on what you're using for your adhesive, using rubber cement, that usually does it on its own, or the plastic glue. But if you're just using super glue, some Loctite, that's my favorite. What are we looking at here? Oh, I think this has got to be the Dreadnought. Look at that. This is pretty sure all this becomes just one robot, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, this is definitely going to be at least a weekend's worth of work. Well, definitely more, because I'm going to read the rules. I'm going to plan what I want to build, decide if I want to build 2 small armies so I can play with somebody else, or just do the one army, which is probably it, and just buy more, you know, as I need after I've figured out the points that I'm trying to build here. I think this is more of the tank and more of the tank. And we got Warhammer, the Horus Heresy, and it's just like a little poster board that is a divider. So these little plastic sprues, this is literally to protect everything else in the box. Like, they put this in here as a divider with some art on it. I like it when they, this is alright, but I like when they do the big piece of sweeping epic art. Like, the art in 40K is awesome. It's like second to none, man. Like, or just, you know, Warhammer just in general. Big old chunky book. Yeah, this is a rule book. This is your standard rule book. You know, you might look at this and just be intimidated if you have never played a game this before, but over half of it is going to be like the lore, the history of the world, because it's deep. You know, like they take pride in their story, and oh yeah, and they're also selling the Black Library books, which are just their novels. They have there's a ton of Warhammer novels. The Horus Heresy alone is like 60 novels, and I've had a couple of them for years, but I just never read them. Like, I don't know, get around to it. I've read a couple of Warhammer books, and I like them. Like, Eisenhorn is awesome. If you never read anything, that's a good place to start. But anyways, I picked them up on Audible and been listening because I've been so excited. Picked up some Audible ones. I've been listening on my commute to work, and oh my god, it's just so good. Like, so much fun. Learning about the Horus, the War Master, becoming going dark side, and then, you know, the whole cause of basically learning how how everything is the way it is today in 40K because of decisions that he made, the Emperor's son, or one of his sons. Anyway, so this is just your instruction manual, and it's pretty huge, and these are pretty cool. They usually, you know, it will give you, if there's multiple options, how to build it, whatnot. It's just your standard issue rules. But in the back, it has your stats for the stuff in the box, which is cool. Ooh, so I was wondering about that. This is your rounds for your bases for your characters, and these are your standard issue, like 40K size rounds. I was wondering if they were going to be on the old school, like 25s, because I have a ton of the old Beakies from Rogue Trader, and they're on 25s, and was hoping to use them, but I still could. I could just up the base size. Bag of white dice. These are take out your what do you call it? Scatter die. This die right here, and throw the rest of these dice away. These Warhammer white dice, I have never rolled a good game with any. These are good for using for your hit point counting, I guess, of your characters if you need it. Big round base. Your decals, and these are cool. These are like, I want to say use water, clip them out, put them on. Good stuff. But yeah, those white dice, absolute garbage. But your decals, these are all for like the shoulder pads of your characters, and look it up because they're army specific, and it goes deep, man. Like depending on the rank, that's the ones you're supposed to put on, like for the different type of unit. Like, it doesn't mess around. It does seem a bit intimidating if you've never messed around with the with 40K before, but it is really rewarding if you get somebody to play with, and you go through the whole process of learning. So, side of the box here, got some Imperial Fist. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's the tank, or just a piece of it. And here's the Sons of Horus. The big Contemptor robot, or just Dreadnought, whatever. But yeah, it's the grimdark universe of 40K is so dark. Like, those Contemptor, the Dreadnoughts, just in general, they're basically just wounded soldiers that have been imprisoned in like a coffin. That's a robot, and yeah, that's that's that. The heroes of the game, the Astartes, the Space Marines, they're like 9-foot Captain America super soldiers, basically. Just elite fighting machines that are just built for war. And they don't care. They're just, that's all they wanted. They don't have fear. They just murder stuff. Yeah, so just a flyer for that. And then the rule book. Oh man, they oh, referencing. Oh, that's cool. It's got a couple of reference sheets, which is always helpful, which will give you your target numbers on one side of when you're sorry about that. When you're going to attack something, you usually have your weapon skill and then the defender's weapon skill, and then you try to wound them. So you got to roll. There's some cross referencing to do. This is built off of an older engine of the Warhammer games, older rule set, but this is an older game. Like I said, they've just updated an older game, and it was a niche game, basically all resin, super expensive. So this box set, even though this box set is really expensive, like double the price, and that would have been getting your foot in the door of the old Horus Heresy, and like it's not cheap. Probably one of the most iconic pictures of the Warhammer universe is Horus is the big black armored space marine trader dropping his brother and fighting his father, the Emperor. And that's pretty cool. So full color rule book. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is what you get, these big sweeping, like space, just opera looking epic pictures of like, I want to do this. I want to fight giant space robot demons. And what's cool is it's not just sci-fi, like it's sci-fi fantasy. Look at this guy. This looks awesome. Like the good guys, the good guys, the guys that hate every other race in the universe, the Space Marines, humans, half of them go bad, and they start following your Lovecraftian elder gods, and they get all tainted, and they decide that they're going to take back the galaxy from the humans, and that's how you get like demon armies and stuff like that. It's wild, man. There's so much. There's so much. If you've never played 40K, it is its own universe, and it's just as deep as anything you like that's fantasy related, like Star Wars or whatever. If not, like it like it's heresy to say, but like I like it more. It's just so deep, and fun, like and dark and funny, but it's all war. That's all it is. And the grim dark feature is only war. At least they got women now. I don't even think there was women before. You know, like 30 years ago or so when the game was first dropping. But now, you know, they got so much. But like this is like the different armies that you can build, the different factions, the Dark Angels. But yeah, sorry if it's just me rambling, but I'm really excited about this and really excited to go through all the lore. I've been I'm a pretty casual player when it comes to Warhammer, but I always pick up the new sets, like with the new editions. I always read all the lore that I can from the codexes that I pick up and the rule books, and that's always just a treat just to go through there, because it's, even if you don't get to, I play handful of times a year, like during the holidays, near Christmas, and it's always just a treat, you know, like it's a lot of fun. And the entire year, just work on a new army or fix the one that I have and just customize, and it's a hobby. It takes a lot of time, you know, but it's a lot of fun. Like the art in here is great. So then, like I said, 100. I'm on page 130, and it's still lore. Now, I want to say, finally getting to the rules, maybe? Yeah, the core rules. The core rules start on page 146. The first half of the book is just straight, it's just straight, what do you call it, lore. So, it's cool. And then the rules are probably next 100 pages, and it'll cover everything you need. The different types, different ways to play, different scenarios, art and lots of miniatures being painted. So that's really cool. Then the other thing you'd have to pick up, one or the other, is either the Libra Astartes or the Libra what is this? Hereticus. And this is the bad guy one. And this is just straight. This is, I've thumbed through this a little bit, not heavy on the lore. This is all the rules for all the different evil armies, all the stats that you would need. I was a little disappointed that it wasn't a little more lore. I was hoping for a lot of lore for each of the houses, or each of the different chapters of each of the different legions. Sorry. But anyways, either the bad guys or the good guys need one of these, but this will set you back $70 a book, like I said. Pretty brutal. And if you really want to go like the Cadillac of gaming route, then each of the legions has what's called a Primarch, and they're basically a demigod of even bigger than your super soldiers, and they are just awesome in power and stature and size. And look at this. I picked up the man himself. Haven't done anything with it yet, but Horus, and that's just a giant miniature. So yeah, I'm definitely in on the Sons of Horus for sure, and maybe I'll pick up Rogul Dorn if I want to go Imperial Fist, but I haven't decided. You know, maybe the Lion, who knows. For my efforts, GW threw in a box of tokens to go along with all this stuff. We'll see what that entails. But I do believe it's just activation tokens, which is nice, but I would have rather they could have thrown a sprue of those special weapons in here as opposed to throwing in a box of doodads on the side. But they make you feel good. They look at like a magnetic box. They go all out with their presentation. There you go. And then there are the coins. Some metal coins. Yeah, they're nice. Double-sided. So, pretty cool. And some cards. Oh yeah, that's cool. So, everything about it is class, you know. Regardless, thanks for watching. I'm super excited. I'm going to get into this and see about assembling and reading. Probably reading for a good while before I start assembling. But let me know if you're into Warhammer or tabletop games, and if you picked up the Horus Heresy box set at all. If you're excited as me, probably not, but you know, whatever. Most people probably are. I don't know. I couldn't give them my money fast enough. You know, the stupid thing came up, and I was on there Saturday morning just refreshing until I could pay them hundreds of dollars to get my core game. And now I'm gonna probably spend the rest of my evening just reading the core book and taking in some lore and being excited. So let me know what you play, and if you've played the Horus Heresy before, if you are new to it like me, or and you've just played like regular 40K and are, you know, reaching out to see how it is, jumped on the hype train. Regardless, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. See you next time. Bye.